Alright, in this tutorial over here, we are making like a plastic tube, and we're going to have the LED light strip inside it. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to approximate all my dimensions because you can pick more accurate dimensions based off this. So when our tube is going to be inflated, it's essentially going to have a shape looking something like this. It's going to have a thing coming down like that. This is the basis of what our shape will look like. And then let's just trim. We'll just trim these off over here. Alright, so this is what the tube will look like. And then when we go, we're going to are we going to extrude this, or are we going to copy this? We're probably going to make an offset plane, because this is what we did last time. Let's go off. Let's say it's 150. That looks about right. Cool. Okay. Then we're going to make a sketch over here. We're going to use this. We want to use this original geometry over here. So we're going to project and include. We'll include this in this geometry that we had previously. No, not body. We want to do this and then that. And have all those things there. Okay. And then we're going to make another construction plane. And this one is going to go beyond here. And this is going to be the flat one that we have made before. So this is where our sketch is going to close up. And for this one, we still want to include part of our geometry. We want to include these lines. But then we're going to finish off the sketch by making it flat down here. And then we'll make it symmetric later. So this is our general shape of our lamp. And then if we go, we're going to use the lofting tool. We're going to loft this to this, and then to this, and oh boy, that is the shape of the lamp we want to pick. But that's obviously quite a chunky boy. So what we can do is we need to make it a bit flatter. So what we're going to do is we're going to make another sketch. We'll make a sketch over here, and this sketch over here, we are going to still include these lines. All right, project and include. We want to include these dots. We want this dot, and this dot. And what we want to do is I'm going to try if I can just do this once. If I can just do this, and then press finish sketch, and I want to see if I can loft. If I can loft this shape, and then this shape. And then while it's chunky, I should be able to make a rail. If I make a rail, I can press this line over here. It doesn't touch all the profile. Okay, I have to adjust that sketch. Right click, edit sketch. I have to make this sketch also link to here. And then I can make it like this. And then I can make this sketch like I'll just do it like that. Now we might be able to make this loft work. Loft. Can we go this sketch into this one, and then let's see if we can add our rail of this line over here. Well, it's part working. We got it in. Mirror this. Mirror, we want to mirror this about, let's just make the line that we want to mirror it. We want to mirror it through here. Now this time it should work. 1, 2, 3, and then our rails are going to be, we want to add this rail over here. And we want this rail down here. There we go, that's going to be our nice shape of our lamp. Cool. Alright, so this over here. This over here is a solid object, so we need to, first we're going to get this shape, we are going to mirror it. We want to mirror this body. body over here, we want to mirror it by the planes over there, so it's going to be symmetrical. Right, and it should be one solid object. Now what we're going to do is we are going to use the shell function, where we're going to pick this body over here to shell. You have to make sure we're going to press this body, and I believe we pick the face that we want to. Hold on, maybe not that. Oh, I have frozen fusion. Alright, so let's go back to the shell function again. So over here, I think we just press this body over here. And it's still freezing. Alright, after some testing, we found that the situation was this is quite a complicated part here, because it's like a surface of a balloon or whatever, and where it joins over here, it's going to get some sort of complex geometry. So I undid the mirror, and in fact what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this up so it's going to be just a quarter of the shape, and then once we get our hollowness, we will join it all together. So we have over here, this is a quarter of our tube. We can go to the shell. Before I do that, I'm going to measure the thickness over here. If I did this in half, this is 2 millimeters, as shown over here. So I can go to shell, and so how shell works is you pick the body that you pick the faces that you want to be removed. So this is going to be the part that's inside the shell. So notice how this outside is normal, but the inside 3 shapes is what I selected. And so then when I press, then I'm going to pick the thickness of 2 millimeters, and the direction, well, we want to go inside. So I press OK, and there we see this is now the inside of this curved body. I will just leave this as it is for now, because then we'll copy it later, but let's go do the LED light strip in the middle. For actually attaching the LED light strip, we're not going to worry about how it's actually connected for now. We're just going to make the LED strip. So I don't think it's 4 millimeters, it's about 1 millimeter thick, but so let's just go over here. Let's assume our LED strip is about 1 millimeters thick by 10 millimeters wide. This is going to be our LED strip, and then we're going to finish this. We're just going to extrude this. So this strip is going to be inside our device. Then we are going to make on top of this, we're going to make a single LED light source, and this particular one can be 6 by 6. Let's go and finish that sketch. We are then going to extrude this and assume this particular one is 2 millimeters high. We want this to be a new body. Okay, and then we want to, we can also do, let's make this look really nice. Let's assume there's also like a resistor over here as well. We know there's some sort of resistor over here in the circuit. Cool. And then we can make this. This one's only going to be 1 millimeter high, and this is going to be a new body as well. Okay. And now we can go, we're going to make this body. Right click, I believe we go appearance. I think we went emissive. Yeah, so we want it to be a bulb, so we can make that over there. We want this thing to be just plastic, not translucent. We want it to be just matte white, and then we want this to be, we want this resistor to be black. And now we are going to do our copy tools. We're going to go to create, we're going to do to pattern, rectangular pattern. We don't want faces, we want bodies. We want this body and we want this body, and we want to pick a direction. Our direction is along this path over here, so we want to go backwards. We want to change by spacing, and then we just want to increase our quantity until we go up the strip. Alright, let's just say that's enough. Then we press OK. So now I believe Yep, they should all have their particular properties. While we're at it, let's also make this body over here. Appearance of this body, we want this one to be transparent, or not transparent, we want translucent. Translucent clear. It's probably translucent grey is what it probably is. Okay, translucent grey. Alright, so now let's get this particular body over here. We want to mirror this. We want to mirror this body in. We want to mirror it along this plane. Okay, and we want to mirror it along the other plane as well. So create mirror, we want to get this body, and the mirror plane we want is this plane over here. Okay, so let's see how this is going to work now. If we put this we'll save this as LED in tube, save. Let's go to our render. And so we'll see if the translucent is enough, otherwise we might have to make it transparent, but we'll see how this goes. Let's see if we can just render this up. Let's just do local rendering, because I've got a beast of a PC. Render, and do we know how long it's going to take? I'll pause Fusion 360 while the thing is rendering. Alright, so the rendering was done over here. As you can see, the LED lights are glowing on the inside, and this particular job took a long time. But you can see you have quite a decent effect with the glow in the middle being a lot brighter than on the edges where the material is twice as thick. Based on how this drawing is done, I would probably go and change the appearance of like this body over here. I would probably make it this body over here. I'll right click and I'll probably make a copy of this. I'll duplicate this material over here, and I'll probably edit it to make it more probably going to make it transparent now that I think about it. So we'll just try it to be transparent. Probably make it like glass. Ooh, that looks nice. And then this time when I do my renderer, because I don't want it to take forever, I'll just do sort of low render. I'll do lower quality, and I'll just press render. And this one should be long. But then that's basically it for the rendering.